Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason and the channel is The Everyday Card Collector. In today's video, I'm going to do a VR response for my buddy Sammy Thunder. So I don't do a ton of VR responses. I've maybe done one or two since I've had the channel. And the main reason I don't do them is, there are so many of them that you could do. I almost feel like at some point in time I'm going to leave somebody out. But in this particular case, Sammy's my buddy, Sammy's my guy. So I'm actually going to be on the channel with him on the day he's giving away the prizes for this VR. So I certainly want to support my buddy Sammy. He kind of helped me along and is constantly helping grow my channel. And that's what friends do. We support each other. So I definitely have to support him. So today's video is going to be supporting his VR, which was show some of your oddball items. So I'm certainly going to go ahead and do that. My question was, what is an oddball item to me? So to me, an oddball item was anything that you can constitute as not being an actual card. So, people look at it differently, and there is no right or wrong again with oddball. You can make it whatever you want to make it. But to me, if it's a card of any way, shape, or form, then to me it's a card. It's still a card. And even some of the stuff I'm going to show is somewhat debatable, and we could talk about that while I'm showing it. But I tried to pick out things that I typically wouldn't consider as a card, and those are just part of my collection. So I think I've picked out some fun stuff. I think most of it's been on the channel, so you guys have probably seen it, but it'll still be good for those who haven't seen it. And if you have, I love this stuff. I hope you enjoy seeing it again. So we'll get the camera turned around, and we'll take a peek at some of my oddball stuff from my buddy Sammy Thunder's VR. So let's get into it. All right, guys. So we'll start diving in. I'll show some of my oddball stuff, what I consider to be oddball stuff for my buddy Sammy Thunder's VR response. So the first ones I've shown several times on the channel, but I really enjoy them. And this first one particularly goes out to my buddy Sammy. So this is a Slurpee's disc, and they used to come in your Slurpee cups, and actually they were at the bottom of the cup on the outside of the cup, and there would be a little pull tab. You'd pull the pull tab, and then the disc would be underneath that false bottom, if you will. So this one's from 1986, and it's got my guy Tom Seaver, which is Sammy's guy, Steve Carlton, and as I'm moving it, I'm hoping you guys can see that, and then we've got Nolan Ryan. So kind of tough to see. These are those lenticular moving action shots, if you will, so you can see different players as the cup or as the actual disc moves. So yeah, this is one I always think of Sammy when I see it because it's got Nolan Ryan and Seaver on it. Granted, neither of them are in a Mets uniform though. And then I grabbed a couple others. Got my Ozzie Smith, and there you go. You can see his portrait and then his action shot. Got a Lee Smith when he's with the Cubs. Kind of see him in motion there. And a Roger Clemens. So again, very cool portrait motion. And these are all different years. The Clemens was 92. The Lee Smith was 87. And the Ozzie Smith was 91. And again, 86 on the Nolan Ryan, Carlton, Seaver. So different years. Just fun stuff. I also grabbed some of these guys. Some of the 1970 booklets. They came in packs of cards, but this certainly, in my opinion, really isn't a card. It's a small booklet that tells a little story about the player. It's almost like a mini comic book, but I just kind of call them booklets. And there's the full set of 24 on the back with all the players. So, Bob Gibson. There's Tony Oliva. And these are fun. I got these at my LCS for a very, very good price. I think it was $1.50, $2 each for them. I don't know. It was less than $2 now that I think about it. So whatever. Great price. Bunch of Hall of Famers and fun stuff. So those are the booklets / I guess you can kind of call them comics, but I call them booklets. We've got an Armor Swift 1959 Armor Swift plastic coin. This is Nellie Fox. Very difficult to see. These came out for a couple of years, I think 59, 60, 61 maybe, or just 59, 60. And they came in a ton of different colors. So you could get players in different colors you know, this is a Nellie Fox. There's a green one and a blue one and a teal one. But I just picked this one up. Red is my favorite color, so I gravitate to red. So that's my 1959 Armor Swift Nellie Fox. And then I've got a 62 Salata coin of Sherm Lawler and a 63 Salata coin of Louis Aparicio. And you can tell the 63s are metal backs and the 62s are plastic backs. So very cool stuff. Fun, inexpensive stuff to collect. I've got a lot of oversized stuff here, guys, because you know, if you've watched my video, that's kind of been my kick lately. So I'll rattle off a couple of these, which I know you guys have seen on the channel if you're watching me at all. So how do I not include my Aurora Visions? So there's my Bob Allison. And then we've got my Warren Spawn. Beautiful, beautiful images. See, the backs here are fantastic. And why would I choose these two? I actually bought these two off of Sammy and picked them up at Strongsville last year. So those actually came from Sammy. I purchased them from him. And then lastly, I got to show my Willie Mays for Sammy, right? So there's the 64 Aurora Vision Willie Mays, which I absolutely love. So the rest of the stuff here, guys, is gonna be oversized. So I'll try to fit it in the best I can within the screen. First and foremost, these are fairly inexpensive. They're actually autographed items, and I really encourage people, if you're looking for autographs of some of the best to do it, this might be an option for you. It's the Great Moments from Perez Steel, and that's my Duke Schneider. I actually got that as a gift from my dad's friend Frank, and it's an absolutely beautiful piece. I know Pastor Craig. If I'm familiar with Pastor Craig, check out his channel. He's got a bunch of these and loves them. So and I enjoy them as well. So I think that's a fun way to collect an autograph. I'm not a huge autograph guy, but you know, I have a few. So maybe I'll do a video on that sometime and share some of my autographs. Of course, I'm going to show this for several reasons. There's my 49 Leaf Premium Ed Walsh. This ties into Sammy a couple ways. Sammy's got one himself. He's got the Christy Mathewson 49 Leaf Premium. The best part about it is he bought his and I bought mine off of the same person, and that was Orlando from A Collector's Dream. We both got ours off of him. He's got the full set. He had doubles, and he was selling some to kind of enhance his collection in other ways, and he sold me this and sold Sammy. Actually, now that I think about it, I need to pull back on that. I think him and Sammy made a trade on 4 collectors, if I'm not mistaken. And I think it involved Sammy's 49 Leaf Premium and possibly a Sandy Koufax rookie card. So I should pull back. I don't think Sammy purchased it. I think they made a trade for it, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. Sammy, you can correct me in the comments. So next piece I'm absolutely in love with. I was so excited to get this. I've shown it on the channel a couple times, I think, already, and I love it. It's my 1936 R311 Premium of Dizzy Dean. And I absolutely love that, guys. This was my venture in, being a Cardinals fan, I wanted to get a Dizzy Dean item. His cards are quite expensive. I did a whole topic on if you don't mind oversized. This is a great way to get into playing days items of some of those great players, and it's a little more affordable than picking up a 33 Gaudy. So, I implore you, if you haven't gotten in the oversized world and you're looking to pick up some of these things, this is the way to go. I got it at a fraction of the price of what a 33 Gaudy would cost. So, really excited to own that beautiful image. And then lastly, we'll end it with my most recent, I guess, oddball pickup, which I showed on the channel not too long ago, but I'll show it again. There's my 1934 Butterfingers Vernon Lefty Gomez. Beautiful piece. If you're not familiar with the Butterfingers, they're like newspaper thin, guys, so you got to be really careful with them. But just some fantastic images. And it's a great set. And again, if you don't mind oversize, I got that for virtually nothing, guys. I think I spent $27 on it. Go compare that to one of Lefty's cards. You know, I mean, it was just crazy cheap. Now I know it's ungraded, and maybe I'll grade it, maybe I won't. I don't know. I don't really think about that right off the bat, but just a beautiful, beautiful piece. So big, you know, it's a pretty big set. Gehrig and Ruth are on the set. Those are going to cost you some money. Jimmy Fox is in the set. There's a lot of great players in the 34 Butterfinger set. So I plan on picking up one or two more in the near future here once savings mode is done, and definitely adding to my 34 Butterfingers. But yeah, so that's all I got for you guys now. That's to my buddy Sammy. Sammy, congratulations on 3,000 subscribers. No one deserves it more than you. I appreciate all the help you've given me throughout my time of having my channel. And the least I can do is respond to one of your VRs. I appreciate everything you've done for me, my friend. And I think you're doing a fantastic job and a big part of this community, and we all appreciate that. So I'll put Pete Rose up there, his booklet, and we'll end it on that note. Guys, if you enjoyed this kind of content, please feel free to like and subscribe. And until the next video, we'll talk then. Thanks for joining, everybody. Bye-bye.